Hello.
Hi.
I'm Lele.
And I'm Senzi.
Welcome to
Meaningful Conversations.
Well, it's been a while since
Yes.
we've shot a video because life happens.
Yep.
So, welcome to our segment today. We will be discussing singleness. You know, the last time we spoke about singleness, celibacy, and
Entanglements.
Today we thought we would just focus on just singleness. So I'm gonna give it to Senzi to pose the meaningful questions.
The meaningful conversations. Okay. So we just felt that we should kind of like address the different stuff that we discussed in the previous video individually, like just break it down and open it up a bit. So today when we decided that we're going to talk about singleness, we wanted to focus on things that we have been questioning ourselves on when it comes to singleness, and also stuff that we faced, you know what I mean. So
we haven't faced enough stuff though, so
I can release the singleness.
Oh, it's part of it.
Yeah, it's
a major part of facing.
It's the whole space. It's that whole space that we find ourselves. You know what I mean? So yeah. So the first question I'm going to ask you, my friend, is what does it mean? What does singleness mean to you?
Okay. Right now, singleness for me, because it changes, means being alone. One. When I go to parties, one. Sorry.
The present.
When I go to weddings, I go with another friend. When we have birthday parties, it's just us. Yeah, okay. True. But also, I think being single means being alone. Being able to make decisions uliwane, being able to, or having to take the consequences of the decisions and the choices uliwane. It means an opportunity to rediscover, especially being single after being divorced. It means an opportunity to rediscover myself, to figure out what makes me tick, what I like and what I don't like, to find out, like to cater to myself, have fun, find out if I want to go for a romantic picnic by myself and watch the stars at night, do it, and I don't have to wait for a partner. Find out the nice spots in this town, the city, wherever travel, so when somebody comes in, I'm able to also know where to take them and how to spoil them as well, blah, blah. But also I feel like also it's an important time with my son as well. I think I've been thinking about that, we have this time to be with each other and to know each other, and I think it's also a great opportunity, and yeah, he's teaching me a lot about myself actually. and also to have my space with my father, to have that relationship with him that it's just me and him, and it's been great, and there's been good times and there's been really challenging times in terms of being single. There are days when I wish I wasn't. And for you, my friend?
When doing grocery shopping? No, not just when doing grocery shopping. But anyway, but singleness for me, it means like when you look at the actual meaning of being single, for me, it means that you're not committed to anybody and you are not married, obviously. But yeah, I've come to realize that singleness means a lot of things these days, because you can be single and still, be, having attachments and stuff, which is something that it's too complex and there's too much admin. So yeah, I just feel like, my goodness, life already requires so much from me that if it's not going to feed me, it's not going to nurture me, it's not going to add anything to me. And this is with all the relationships and friendships that I have, and time is valuable.
True.
And I just feel whatever that you are going to do at whatever time, be sure that it has some form of, be sure that it's an investment, and be sure that it's going to do something that is positive, to your life, and yeah. So if it's not gonna groom me and it's not gonna nurture me, it's like, no, I can't. So for me, that goes into, intentional, being intentional. If you are going to be in a relationship and you're intentional, then there's an intention of grooming each other and nurturing each other. Because even if you look at friendships, the friendships that we have are friendships that, you receive and you give, and there's a beautiful exchange and a beautiful flow that happens.
Reciprocity.
Yes. I'm not gonna say that word. No. But yeah, you know what I mean? So, and I guess because of that, I feel like then when I'm single, I'm doing that for myself, with the people that I have and with myself. I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, it does. When you're single, it's
loving myself and being all those things until a certain time when I feel I will be have that companionship or partnership with a person that is also having that, and there's a beautiful flow, that happens between us. So I don't want to mess it up, because in my life right now, that's the space I'm in. Whatever that I involve myself in, and whatever that I am going to do, and wherever I'm going to be, there is nurturing that happens, there's grooming that happens, so yeah, being single for me is that I'm in a space where I'm nurturing myself and loving myself and doing all those things. And when I do decide to then not be single, it would have meant that I've found someone that will be doing that with me. Which is going to lead to the next question. When you look at how things are now, with the different social media platforms and online dating, especially with the lockdown, I think that was probably the only avenue that we could be able to probably use to meet people. And there's no shame in online dating. I've seen some amazing stories with people that I've met via online dating. But I want to ask you, my friend, so for you, when it comes to being single and how things have changed in terms of the fact that there's more social media platforms where people are starting to engage, more than, in person, how do you feel that it has impacted?
Okay. Your online dating.
Your journey. Yeah.
I tried it. I tell myself I'm trying it because I'm a social being, and I needed to talk to people. But somehow it meant that that person had to be a guy. We need to be honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
But I guess I was just lonely.
Yeah.
And then I tried them. I tried them, and it was weird. Because I feel like it can be addictive as well. Like I feel like it can be addictive. It's got those elements where you go to one and you're like, okay, now it's just looking for somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
Okay. And you do write. I do wrote on my profile, I'm looking for somebody to talk to. But it turns out talking can mean different things to different people.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Then you put there, and I found very superficial. I'm not saying for me, I'm saying for me, I found it superficial because they ask you for photos and they say you must put best photos. Obviously, I'm going to look for when I was at a wedding, I'm not going to look
done up and everything.
Yeah. We put on properly, so yeah, and then, you get there and then you must swipe, I think you must swipe to the left if you don't like the person, to the right if you like the person. Can you see how impersonal it is? And it's based on looks. I'm looking at the person. Before the person even says anything, before I even decide to look at the profile, I'm just swiping based on the look.
Sure.
Sometimes you just wanted to look again, right? Maybe it's something I like. Then you take it to the right, and then it means you like the person. It's like, oh, I didn't mean that. And it's just, yeah, I stopped it. I had to stop. I was like, Father, I stopped it because I felt like, because you tried this one, you're thinking maybe the next person, the right one, I'll find that. The next one, I'll find the right person, And people, they're looking for something else. They're looking for hookups.
Yeah.
And some of them do say they're looking, so no, you can, some of them, they don't say it. And then when you speak to a person, it's like, first question is, where do you live? You're thinking, but COVID, how relevant is that? Like,
it's not like you're gonna come.
It's not like you're gonna come. We're living under regulations. So yeah, that's what I experienced, my friend. And but I found there are people by long it would work for them, but for me, not so much. Yeah, some people, like there's one person I'm talking to still from there.
Yeah.
But I think it's because maybe it's communicative and stuff. But yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's sweet, but it also goes to show that it can actually work.
It can work.
It can work because you had to go through, like that thing. You have to kiss a lot of frogs before you get to.
Oh, I'd rather not.
That's why I keep pointing there. I've been chilling.
Yeah.
Because no, I'm not gonna be able to. Like one of the things I discovered was, before we'd give each other numbers.
Yeah.
Because the person's like, okay, and then they still want to find out who you are.
Yes.
Whoa. Then I found out when I give you numbers, that's it.
Huh.
That's it, man.
I heard that too. That's when you're exchanging numbers, it means
so
there's something.
I don't, unless we have already spoken and it's like we've agreed that, okay, this is the reason for our exchanging of numbers. Because, hey, man, like, I've given the person numbers just because of the fact that, I thought, he's a cool guy or whatever. Then the next day, like, hey, what's up? And there's like, hey, lovely or something like that, matter or sweetie or honey or whatever. And I'm thinking,
sorry, that was funny.
It was. I'm thinking, wow, that moved very quickly, like compared to Kokas and like, young father or young keeper, then you still decide it's like you are still
we
there.
We just
and
exposed ourselves right there.
It's fine. It's okay. Yeah, it's fine. But what I'm saying is that there is some form of understanding. Okay.
Yeah.
Something's being pushed at here. But I was wondering if, like, now I'm giving you numbers because we were talking like, oh, no, let's just, extend the conversation since we are parting ways. And then the following day,
but you know what? I think it's like times are changing. I was thinking the other time.
That's true.
When you, at first you had, if you like one song, let's say Janet Jackson, hint, you had to buy the whole album.
Yeah.
That's what we used to call album.
Yeah.
Because you heard one song and you just take the risk of, okay, the others you will learn to like them.
And
that's
what would
happen.
Skip. Like sometimes you find you don't like it, but then you just skip, but you buy it.
But there'll be that one Sunday where you would listen to the whole.
Yes.
Now we live in a generation where you can just take one song and buy what you want.
Yeah.
And I feel like even with human beings, we've become like that. I see this person, I just like, and most of the time it's not even associated with your character. Sometimes it is, sometimes I just like that, so I will just have to take it or buy it or whatever it takes. I just want that type of thing. And I don't want everything else that comes with it.
Sure.
And I think that's why relationships have become scarce. That's why I'm gonna leave a situationship. That's why I'm gonna leave friends with benefits. That's why, because you don't now you don't have to take the whole package with that. I don't know what to call it. I don't want to say that here.
But yeah, no.
So you don't have to take, because before there's that element, okay, I'd like, but I'll have to, because you'd have to take the whole person, then you would have to be like, okay, now it's like, what's up? What you doing? You don't even have to finish the sentence. You wanna? Okay, I wanna. Okay, cool. So I think we're living in those interesting times.
Very interesting.
I think when you want a relationship, sometimes it's like, where do you come from?
But don't you think though that people are not necessarily going that route of getting into relationships because it's because of the fact that we are so bombarded by instant stuff. And because there's no patience for growing and grooming things, people don't actually know that they actually want relationships.
Okay, that's possibly the case, but I also feel like there is a perception that, like Lynn and I have that perception that people don't want relationships, but because we are relational people, we will do things that are closest to relationship.
Yeah, man.
Something that will give me the intimacy of a relationship without having to pay too much of a price. Because we want the benefits of a relationship, but we don't want to pay too much of a price for it.
For a relationship,
and everything costs better. If you want a relationship,
of course,
you have to invest in it. And also there's the aspect of vulnerability. I feel like vulnerability doesn't come easily.
Yeah, it's true.
And because we all know we all have weaknesses, and that's what I love about, not personally, the thing that drew me to having a relationship with the Word, with the Father, is the fact that it always makes me look into myself, and it forces me to actually look at my weaknesses and be like, and until I got to a point where I wasn't as afraid of my weaknesses as I was, so I don't have to push them down and be like. So now I walk around and I'm aware that I have weaknesses, and I'm not afraid to expose them to you or to anyone else.
Man, sure.
And because of that, it makes it lighter. Like I can exist with anyone because I'm aware that you got weaknesses, but I'm more aware of mine, and I'm not afraid of them. And it's such a freeing place to be at,
Yeah, man.
And now when I go to a person, it's not like I'm looking for you to kind of give me a deceitful idea or I'm such a perfect being and without weakness. My perfection lies in my imperfection. It's not like you have to be completely without weaknesses for you to be loved or to be lovable.
Yeah, wow, that's actually quite deep.
Yes,
because what I've picked up from what you just said is that and I could be wrong, but and it's something that I have observed as well, that it means that a lot of people are single because of the fact that everybody does not want to get to a place where now your vulnerability is exposed, because of the truth is that we all do, and because of that, people don't want to get into a space where I'm going to open up myself. I'm gonna open myself up to it, because if you're single, you're meeting people, so you're always putting your best foot forward. So you're always this fantastic person,
And what happens? That fantastic person gets rejected at some point.
At some point, you get rejected. But the truth is, for any growth to happen, there has to be pain that goes with it. For anything to grow, to groom, or maybe we're running away from pain. Maybe we're running away from pain and we forget that pain is a very same, that important part of growth.
It's true what you're saying, because speaking from people who were previously married, okay, I'll say divorced.
Who are now divorced.
Who are now divorced. There had to be a time and a space where you had to live in that pain.
Yeah.
I know I saw you. You went through that. You saw me. There's a time where you literally have to be in the pain, feel the pain, allow yourself to feel the pain, and not medicate.
Yeah.
Like just to sit and be like, this is painful, and to reflect and be like, I have failed at keeping a family together. And there are, I mean, you think a lot of things about yourself. I've failed at keeping my marriage. I've failed at being a wife. I've failed. Like, they will come that way. You know, I'm not being harsh. We've had those. We've had to deal with those things. And it's painful. It's painful for you to see that you cannot offer your child the one thing that you wanted,
desired,
you know? And it's painful, but like, there was a time when I had to sit in that pain. And I had to be real that, you know, and I had to pray. I had to pray that, please heal me. You know, heal me. I didn't look for healing in somebody else, although I wanted it. Like, when you go through that pain, all you want is to be held and to be told that it's gonna be okay.
You feel like divorcing yourself from interdependence. Like, oh, can I not do this today?
You know, like, I had moments
so tired.
Yes,
I'm so tired. I'm still here. Like that. I just want this thing to go away now.
But everything,
carrying it.
Everything.
It's true.
Work. The times where you have to, it requires for you to be committed and you know,
career,
to
whatever.
the process.
Yes.
Same as yourself. When you're going through pain, you need to have that time where you're like, okay, it's painful, and I need to commit myself to what I'm going through right now and be true to it.
Oh, I love that thing that you mentioned, commitment. Because for you to actually go through it, you have to commit yourself to it.
Commit yourself to it.
You know. And commitment is that strong word, and maybe we'll break it down with the next videos that we'll have. You know what I mean? But so far I think it's, you know, we are sharing our own experiences, and we are hoping and trusting that it is helping you in some way or the other. You know, so please do place some comments on what you think about the subject.
Yes.
And maybe
your experiences as well.
And your experiences, you know, and what singleness means to you, and how you approach it. You know, is it something beautiful? Is it something tiring now? You know, what does it mean to you? You know, so comment, like, share this message. You know, it might just help someone. Maybe for you it does not hit the spot, but please share it. You might just find for somebody that's exactly what they needed. That's what we have for today.
Thank you for watching till the end, and for joining us on Meaningful Conversations.
Yeah.
Till next time. Bye.